There is a person in your life. Maybe it's someone you love, or maybe, just maybe, it's the person you see in the mirror every morning. They're the first to laugh at a party, the most reliable source of comfort. They are the one everyone, and I mean everyone, leans on. They're the strongest person you know.
Just think about that person for a second. Really picture them. Maybe it's a friend, a parent, a partner, or maybe it is you. You're the rock, right? The one who's always got it together. But who's the rock for the rock? Who checks in on the person who's always checking in on everyone else? Because the truth is, nobody ever asks how they're doing. Why would they? They're fine. They're always fine.
So, to really get what's happening underneath all that strength, we have to look past the surface. We're going to peel back the layers of this mask of wellness. And to do that, let's meet someone who has absolutely perfected it. Someone who might feel very, very familiar to you. This is Neela. And at her office, she's that person. You know the one. Always organizing the birthday parties, cracking the jokes, always there with a kind word and a smile. To everyone who knows her, she is just pure, positive energy. But see, that's only half the story, isn't it? The other half? Well, that begins the moment the front door clicks shut behind her. Because on the inside, Neela is navigating this profound, hollow emptiness. All that public cheerfulness just drains away. And what's left behind is this quiet, relentless, aching pain. And this, right here, is the crucial part. From the outside, her life is working. It's working perfectly. She's high-functioning, she's got a great job, she's smart, surrounded by friends. The performance is so convincing that it fools everyone. And sometimes, it even fools her. And that's the voice inside her head. It's this vicious cycle of self-blame. I have everything. I should be happy. What is wrong with me? Because when your life looks so good on paper, it's really easy to start believing that the sadness is some kind of personal failing, not a real clinical condition. You start to think you're just broken for not feeling the joy that everyone else seems to see in you.
So what is actually going on here? Let's step away from Neela's story for a moment and look at the clinical reality behind this incredibly common, yet so often hidden struggle. Because this isn't a character flaw. It's a complex medical condition.
Now, the term people use for this is smiling depression. And look, it's not an official diagnosis you're going to find in a medical textbook, but it describes the experience perfectly, doesn't it? Appearing happy, functional, and fine to others while secretly dealing with all the classic symptoms of depression.
In the clinical world, what we're really talking about is most closely aligned with a specific diagnosis: major depressive disorder with atypical features. And that word, atypical, is so important here because the symptoms can be the exact opposite of what we all think depression looks like.
This is what I mean. Take a look. With what we might call classic or melancholic depression, you often see a total lack of response to anything positive. Appetite drops and people can't sleep. But with atypical depression, it's often the complete inverse. Your mood can actually lift for a bit when something good happens. Your appetite increases. You might sleep for 10, 12 hours a day. It's like a whole different biological blueprint for the same illness.
Let's break these down a little. That mood reactivity, that's the engine that powers the smile. It's the ability to genuinely feel better for a bit, which makes the mask so believable to others. But behind that, you've got things like hypersomnia, just overwhelming exhaustion, and this thing called leaden paralysis, a profound physical heaviness in your arms and legs. And then there's this one, a deep, painful sensitivity to rejection, which, as you can imagine, often drives the need to appear fine in the first place.
And all of this leads us to the most dangerous part of smiling depression, the risk of suicide. With classic depression, there's often this crippling lack of energy. It can actually prevent someone from acting on suicidal thoughts. But with high-functioning depression, the energy and the motivation are still there. The psychiatrist Emil Kraepelin pointed this out over 100 years ago. This combination of internal despair and external energy, well, it creates a uniquely dangerous paradox.
Okay, so if it's so painful and so dangerous, why do people do it? Why put on the mask at all? The answer isn't just internal. We have to look outward at the culture we've all built together. A culture that relentlessly, and I mean relentlessly, rewards the performance of happiness.
It's a really simple question, isn't it? But the answer is so complex. Why do we feel this immense pressure to perform happiness, to put on that brave face even when we feel like we're crumbling inside? Well, it's not just a personal choice. It's a response to a really powerful social mechanism.
See, on a really fundamental level, showing positive emotions is like, it's social currency.
A smile signals you're safe, that you're cooperative, that you're someone worth connecting with. We are biologically wired to seek out these social rewards and to behave in ways that get us more of them. And happiness, or at least the appearance of happiness, is the master key that unlocks social acceptance. The psychological term for holding all of that in is expressive suppression. And this is not a passive thing. It is a constant, conscious, resource-intensive effort. It's like having a full-time job policing your own face, your own voice, your own body language to make sure you hide what you're really feeling. It takes a tremendous amount of energy. And your body absolutely pays the price for that performance. Research by psychologist James Gross has shown that suppressing your emotions actually kicks your sympathetic nervous system, your fight-or-flight response, into overdrive. Your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure rises. It's like you're flooring the gas pedal and the brake at the very same time, day in and day out. And that causes real physical wear and tear on your body.
And our culture just reinforces this exhausting suppression through this ideology that we have all run into, toxic positivity. It's that pervasive and, often well-intentioned belief that no matter how bad things get, you should just stay positive. It's a mindset that leaves absolutely no room for the messy, difficult, but completely necessary human emotions.
You've heard these phrases. Heck, you've probably even said them. They're meant to help, right? But what they really do is shut down someone's real experience. They act like these conversational stop signs, signaling that authentic pain is not welcome here. And that just forces the person who is suffering to put the mask right back on. And this brings us to the end, the final, and I think the most important part of this whole conversation. If any of this has been ringing true for you, if you are the strong one, this part is for you.
Let's just be very, very direct here. People don't become the unshakable rock for everyone else by accident. It's a role you learn to play. And you likely learned it because at some critical moment in your life, you needed someone strong, and nobody showed up. So you built that strength in yourself. You became your own savior. And that is a testament to your resilience. It's an incredible act of survival. But here's the thing. A strategy for survival is not always a strategy for truly living.
So I want to tell you something. You have permission. Permission to be tired. Permission to need help. Permission to admit that being the strong one is utterly exhausting and that the smile is heavy. You are allowed to say, maybe for the very first time, that it is costing you more than anyone around you will ever know. It is okay not to be okay.
And so I'm just going to leave you with this one question. Just for a moment, what would it feel like to let the mask rest? To put it down, even if just for a little while, and simply be?